CEO, and the Managing Director is Mr. Shaz Qamar. Today's evening session, the topic for today is wealth consciousness. Now, this is an incredibly amazing topic, and today's trainer or today's speaker will be Mr. Shaz Qamar. There might be a little confusion here. Yes, we had announced that Mr. Sanjeev Mishra would be taking it, but we are all blessed that Mr. Shaz is going to be conducting today's session. So I'd like us all to unmute ourselves and give a very warm welcome to Shaz, who's going to share on this topic today. So can we all unmute ourselves? Please unmute yourself now. We are all allowed to unmute. Wonderful. Let's all give a nice round of applause and welcome Shaz. Over to you, Shaz. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Anila. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Okay, so it's the topic is actually very close to my heart. The wealth consciousness topic actually has two different and two important words in it. It has wealth and it has consciousness. So let's use our chat box and and write what we understand by the word the wealth. Please mention in the chat box what you understand by wealth. All right, Abhinav says it's a state of mind. Millie, money. All right, Bharti says money. Almost everyone says money. Sonali says prosperity, 360 degrees abundance. All right, nice answers. Right, right. And the second question, what do you understand by consciousness? Abundance. Okay. So what do you understand by the word consciousness? Please mention the chat. Awareness. Okay. Being aware of thoughts. Self-awareness. Okay, so most of the people also say state of mind and awareness. Right, so consciousness, yes, it's an awareness, but up to what scale we don't know. Okay, right from we take birth to the time we die, we go through a lot of awarenesses. Every day we are learning something new, we are coming across something new, but how do we gauge ourselves? How aware are we? Okay, so I actually have gone through a couple of books on this as well, and I really like the theory of a person called Vishen Lakhani. Okay, now what Vishen Lakhani says, the awareness and the consciousness can be divided into four different levels. Okay, though it's a spectrum, you can read out 4.1, 4.2, 2.1 as like this as well. However, it can be broadly classified into four different levels, right? And you can actually make a note also, and let me present an image which will actually help you understand it better. Just give me a moment. All right. Can everybody see this image?
Yes.
All right, great. So we'll talk about this particular image. It has four different sections in it. The first section is living in the culture space. Okay. So this particular level of consciousness is the basic level of consciousness where everybody is anywhere there. Okay. They feel that they are living, they are attached to the cultures, to the countries, to anything which is around you, which is surrounding you. So you have a predetermined mindset that you're living in a world which is already existing. Okay, so the world is influencing you. Instead of you influencing the world, you get what you receive. Okay, and this is the very basic level of consciousness. Here, in fact, the animals, the basic level of humans, where everybody is actually living at this particular conscious level. Almost, I would say 80% of the human population is at this level. And the reason why you have joined this workshop or this particular session is that you are slightly above this level. Okay, almost 90% of the people who have joined this session are aware of aware of these levels and also above this level, and that is the reason why you have taken out time to this join this. Otherwise, uh, there are a lot of blockages, hindrances in people's mind, and somehow either they do not even spot this particular message of joining this midweek magic session, or they simply ignore it. Right. So you can congratulate yourself first of all that you're not at this level, you're slightly above this. The second level is called the awakening, where we we realize that we are slightly more than what we actually are. We are not just the people who are living in a particular state, attracting or we are affected by the people around us, by the world around us, or we are not living a life of default. What we do is we realize that we can do something more, we can attract good things to life. Here at this level, the studies come in, the study of law of attraction, the studies of different levels of consciousness. uh, we start using certain tools to attract wealth in our life, to attract abundance in our life. And so this is a level where we choose which part of the portion of the world do we want to stay in. In our last session we talked about yin yang also, that there's good things in life, there are bad things in life, but what you choose is up to you. So with the help of tools related to law of attraction, with the help of awareness, we choose which portion of the world do we want to live in. Do we want to live in a happiness mode, or do we want to live in a sad mode? We get an understanding that both these things exist. Right. Now there are different tools for different levels also, which we'll also discuss later. The third level, the third level is recoding yourself. All right, so we started choosing where we can live, and after raising our conscious level we realized that we actually can create our own world. Right, now we are focusing on the world inside us, not the world outside us. We realize that whatever we have inside, it's a reflection. The outside world is a reflection of what we receive inside. Okay, so we realize that we can actually create anything in our life, and we focus on self creating what we want in life. Okay, so this third particular level, we focus on those things where which is not only affecting us but affecting people around us. So we are trying to help out people also around us. Okay, then the final level, which is the special level, which is called the becoming extraordinary. This is where you can the world you can actually change the entire world. Now you have certain examples on which were on these levels. We have Steve Jobs, we have Gandhi, we have Swami Vivekananda. Now these people lived their life at this particular level, where they influenced, their thoughts and ideas influenced the entire world. Whatever they created, like Steve Jobs created iPhone, it influenced the entire world. Apple became the world number one company. Why? Because they could create that difference in the world of people. Yeah. So at this level you can actually change the world, and you actually uh, become so conscious of yourself that you actually align yourself with the consciousness of this world, of this earth, of the people, and you play at the level where your thoughts affect the entire population of the world. Right, so all of you get four different levels of consciousness. Any doubts till now? So we now we talk, also talked about we have four different tools at each level. Okay, the tools probably you are using at level 1 may not work at level 2. For level 2 it would be a totally different tool. As similarly for level 3, uh, it would be a totally different tool. Level 2 tools may not work. So every level has different tools. Okay, so for level 1, when you are trying to reach from level 1 to level 2, there's a tool, a very good tool which you can note down. Is It's called segment intenting. Anybody has an idea what segment intenting is? Please write in the chat box. Okay.
No, what is it called? Segment in intent.
Segment intending.
Yeah. Can you
What
write
we
that in
simply
the
do in segment intending is, and in fact, everybody should make a note that you try it out at least. Dr. Anila has mentioned the exact spelling of segment intending. What we do is we divide our day into particular segments, right? So we can do it in two different ways. One is that we divide it as per the task we need to do for that day, or we divide our day as per the times and the task we are supposed to finish in that. Let's say we wake up in the morning. After waking up, we brush our teeth, we meditate, we complete our breakfast, and have our tea. So this particular section can be one segment, right? Second segment can be getting ready, going to office. Okay, second segment. Third segment is starting with the office work. Let's say what you do till lunchtime is your third segment. Your lunchtime can be a fourth segment. Your lunchtime to evening tea time can be a fifth segment. So instead of designing the entire day, you need to pick and choose certain segments and how you would be performing. Okay, so let's say uh, you have made an intention that after waking up, I'll sit for meditation, I'll do exercise. Okay, so focus only on that segment. Do not even think about other segments. Once this segment is over, then start focusing on the next segment. What will I have for the breakfast? Once you have that an amazing breakfast, now focus on the third segment. How would I dress up? How would I go to office? How would the people greet me? My office day would be productive. Okay, so start working on those segments and divide these days, the entire day into segment till you actually go off to sleep. So your entire day should be planned and it should be executed segment by segment. Clear to all of you? Any doubts on this?
no doubts, no doubts. Thank
All
you.
right, great. So that is the most important tool for level 1, though there are other tools as well, but let's discuss the most important ones. Level 2. Level 2, the most important tool is creative visualization, right? So we have moved to another level in our consciousness. Segment intending, you can still continue to do it, but the more important tool which becomes is a creative visualization. That means you're attracting the things which you want in your life. You understand what is law of attraction, you attract those things to mind, and then you have started the creative visualization, which is actually imagining good things which you want. So in other terms, we are let's say we want a car, a specific car. We start visualizing that thing. We start closing our eyes, thinking about it, feeling that we are on sitting in the car driving that, going for test drives, and then just simply daydreaming, right? There are certain methods of creative visualization. In fact, if you go through Silva Ultramind workshop, there are pretty nice techniques and specifications which are given by Silva. So if you get time to go through Silva Ultramind workshop, do go through. Or you can simply search creative visualization by Silva on Google, and they would be able to uh, give you results by specifically how much distance should be there between you and your screen of creativity of your visualization. So all those measurements would be there. But one thing I can tell you, when you are when your eyes are closed, when you're visualizing, your eyes level should be 15 degrees above the horizon. That means if you are looking straight, it should your head should be slightly upwards. So that way visualization becomes faster. Okay, so that's one tip. Then let's come to uh, in fact, we have certain other tools also in level 2, like we can create vision boards. We can uh, learning LOA is actually must in this level. The faster you understand the crux of LOA, the faster you'll grow from out of this level also. Okay, so vision boards, visualization tools, all these things anyway we talk in the LOA workshop also. So you can go through our workshop in case if you want to know more in detail, right? Then the third level, is uh, the level where your intuitions start playing. Okay, here we also call this level where we bend the reality. Okay, this is the level where we realize it's not only what we are choosing out of this world, the best things, but we actually can create what we want in this world. So we are bending the reality which we have been taught right from our childhood, that does not exist. If our parents have taught, okay, this is what you need to do, you're not from a business family, you need to do job, you can earn so much, or your family or your friends are saying you cannot become a doctor, anything which your environment is telling you no more holds true. You are creating your own life. All right, and your intuitions play a very important role, so that this is the most important tool in this particular level. You start receiving your intuitions, you start listening to your inner self, and you are guided by your inner self, and that's how you lead your life, right? Then we have the next level, which is
I'm
level
sorry.
4.
I'm
I'm
sorry to
sorry,
interrupt.
Abhinav.
Sorry to interrupt. You said that intuition starts playing. Does that act as a tool itself,
Yes,
or there is some tool?
intuition itself is your tool.
So the
Okay, now
result.
how to tap into intuitions is
Mhm.
what you need to learn. So
Got it.
again, if in the law of attraction workshop, you'll anyway know, understand how to tap into it. How I feel the most interesting thing what you can do is to tap in the universe is intention is meditation. Okay, the more you meditate, the more your inner self you will be able to listen to.
Sure.
Okay, so you have to quieten your mind. Okay, so there are certain techniques of meditation where you can the techniques again, it has been taught by Silva ultramind or course, also in law of attraction course. There are certain brain waves. We have theta, we have alpha, we have delta brain waves. So we need to go into one specific brain wave, which is theta and alpha, where we receive most intuitions. Okay, we need to listen to ourselves, and then we need to come out and start working on take guided actions.
Hmm. Okay.
Right, so now we come to the level 4. Level 4 anyway is the most interesting level, and we see very few people which are actually at the level 4. Level 4 is a place where you can uh, merge with the world, merge with the people around you, and you can create really good things and big things on this world, which can create the impact on this world. Okay, now here you need to listen to your intuitions, no doubts about it, but you are getting commands from the higher source. Okay, so this would actually be a next level of intuition, where you are downloading the information from the higher source. It could be God, it could be universe, what we call, but we are downloading it directly from the higher source. What do we need to do next? Here is the thing where the time does not make a difference to you. You actually have so much of work to do, and you have so much of sufficient time also. Okay, so here you do not need to worry, okay, I have so much to do and we have so little time. Here you here at this level, people do big tasks. They run multiple companies, like Elon Musk, who runs 8 to 9 different companies. All of them are profitable, all of them do good things to life. Your focus is not only on you, your focus is to create good things for the entire humanity, right? So this is your level 4. You get friends with God, and you get your information is downloaded directly from the God. God is your boss now, right? So here we talked about 4 different tools of 4 different levels. Any doubts on this, any of the levels and any of the tools? See, there might be certain ambiguity in the level 4 tools, but what I would suggest is once we move to a level 3 or level 4, that's when we'll actually understand how does it feel. Okay, so it's difficult to express as well, uh, but as we keep moving to the spectrum, we will understand the next one. right? So after discussing all these tools,
These
one
levels
question.
can be overlapping.
Yes, it levels can be overlapping. Like it said, it's a spectrum. So
Yes.
it could be a 1.1 level or a 1.5 level, or it could be a 3.2 level. So let's assume it's a complete spectrum where we have broadly classified, just like a rainbow, we have broadly classified into 7 different colors, but they are overlapping colors as well. All right. So
Oh,
after listening to these tools and learning about the levels, now mention in the chat box which level do you think you are. Right? Think about it. We have 1 minute and mention in the chat box what do you think which level you are on. All right. We have 3 people answering it. Some people feel that they are on level 1. Some people are between 1 and 2. Some people at 3. All right. Good to know. Okay, so the one thing you can be very sure that if you're attending this session, you are slightly above level 1. You are not at level 1. Okay, and the other thing which I also got to know while going through this learning is that whatever we rate on, okay, we are a level below that. Okay, so we tend to overestimate ourselves. Okay, if somebody is at 3.5, the actual level is somewhere around 2.5. But that's an approximate guess. Okay, so you can reduce your level by 1, so that becomes your actual level. Now you have the entire ladder in front of you. You know there are different levels of consciousness. See, 80% of the population does not even know if they are actually next level of consciousness. But now you are aware of it, so we need to start working on it. All right. So that's an eye opener and a learning as well, so that we can start working on it. Great. Now we talked about consciousness. Let's talk about the second keyword of our session, which is wealth. Okay. So when we attach wealth with consciousness, we understand when the consciousness is a state of mind, wealth consciousness is also a state of mind, right? So wealth is not in your pockets. Wealth is not in your wallet. It's not in the terms of currency notes. It's actually in the state of mind. We need to understand that everything in this world is energy. All of you agree with this? All of you agree with this statement? Write yes in the chat box. That everything in this world is energy. So how can we exclude wealth? Wealth is also energy. When we talk about money, when we talk about flow of money, anything related to money is also energy. And there are certain properties of energies. Okay. Energy loves flowing. So does your wealth consciousness. Okay, so the energy and the wealth needs to flow to build a consciousness around you. Okay, all right. When it comes to money, now this is what you need to ponder upon. You have your bank accounts. Okay, you would have certain amount in your bank account. Let's say 10 lakhs, right? Uh, Now look at the scenario. Let's say a month back, and a month back, and a month back. Was the amount similar to 10 lakh in your bank account uh, the previous month or the previous month or the previous month? And next month you think that, okay, let me work on it and let me raise the amount. Let's say instead of 10 lakhs I want 12 lakhs in my account. Okay, now after you, let's say, earn 2 lakhs extra, there is an expenditure also of that 2 lakhs. Okay, so your account gets back to your previous balance. Okay, so in other terms, not you need to explore your own accounts, and this is what I have noticed in my account, and this is what I've noticed in a lot of other people's account as well, that your amount remains almost the same month on month. Your amount is directly proportional to your wealth consciousness. Okay, this is what your wealth consciousness is. This is the amount what your consciousness can attract. Now, to raise that amount in the bank, you need to raise your consciousness level as well in terms of wealth. All right. And how to raise that consciousness level? The important question is, your consciousness level is raised when you raise your desires. Let's see, if you do not have any desire, you do not have a place to spend your money may not grow. When you start giving desires to yourself, this is what I want to learn, want to spend on. When we talked about focus in our last session, we talked about goals. So when we have chosen certain goals in life, this is what I want in life. To achieve those goals, you'll start receiving that money. Okay. Now we also take a very good example of Lakshmi Narayan. Okay. So what we normally do is, on Diwali also, and normally whenever we worship Lakshmi, we worship Narayan as well. Okay. So Lakshmi is your wealth. Lakshmi is your money. Why do we worship Narayan? Narayan is actually the purpose, right? So whatever Lakshmi, so wherever the purpose is, the Lakshmi would come. That means wherever you have decided to, first you need to decide where you want to spend it. First you need to decide your goals. That's when you'll start receiving your money, your wealth, right? So these two things always go hand in hand, your purpose and the money. Another thing we need to understand is the source of wealth is within you. It's not outside. Okay. So now we have moved from the level 1 consciousness to a level 2 consciousness and above. That's when we realize that any money which comes to our life has been attracted by us. Okay. First of all, we decide the goal, we decide the purpose, and we attract that particular amount. Okay. So whatever happens outside our world, it's a reflection of our inner world. If we have thought, if we have made up our mind, if we have made up that commitment that we need this money, we want to do this particular thing, and we want money for that, you will receive. And a lot of people would have seen this, especially in case of uh, marriages, where people do not have sufficient amount to spend in the marriage. Still, when they make up their mind, the amount flows in. And also, while building houses, there's so much expenditure in building a house, but once we make up the mind, the money flows in. Okay. So where does that money comes from? That money comes when you decide the purpose of the money. Just like energy, it loves flowing. The money also loves flowing, so we cannot stagnate that money. So in other terms, we cannot deposit in, or we should not deposit in safe. In fact, we should avoid saving that money. Instead, we should try to show it a direction. We should show it, we should put it into investments, which should put it into whatever purpose we have decided. However, saving money makes the money stale, and money tends to go away. How many times you have actually come across where you have saved the money, you decided, okay, I'll not spend this money at all, I'll just put it into my black bank account, I'll put into safe, and there is some mishappening in the life, and the money goes away. I have learned the hard way. A lot of times it happened with me, and that's when I decided I need to invest this money instead of saving it.
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
Yeah, Amrit, tell me.
Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Actually, I have a doubt
Mm-hmm.
that you said like the more desires we have, the more money we attract.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, if we have a de desire of material things like like a good house, good lifestyle, good car, and like everything which for abundant and a rich lifestyle we need.
Mm-hmm.
So is that thing a wrong thing in terms of money multiplication or? it's good to have desires, like because I get confused sometimes on expenses and desires. Like
Okay. So, first of all, it's good to have desires. First of all, we need to differentiate between our greed and our desire. Okay. So, accumulating money can be a greed also. Spending money on the things you want in life can be considered as a desire, right? So, first of all, we need to differentiate between these two things, and we need to be away from the greed part. We need to be close to our desire. See, as a human, we have taken birth on this planet. Our soul has taken this birth to fulfill certain desires. Okay, and after dying, the soul would anyway go back. But this is the only time where you can actually play with the earthly things, play with money, play with with any kind of manifestation. It could be a physical manifestation, or you want to exceed, you want to be successful in certain things. uh, your soul only has this particular period where you are alive on this earth. So try to manifest as many things as possible. There is no end to desires. However, I would say listen to your inner guidance system. If you feel good about it, you about manifesting a particular thing, you should go ahead with that. No need to feel guilty about how would people react, how would people think. What if I have so much of money? What if I have so much of luxury? What would my neighbor think about me? What would my relatives think about me? That's not none of your concern. You are here for a purpose. Focus on that purpose, and then it's time for you to leave this world. Okay, before you leave, make sure we have completed what we are here for. Okay, so listen to your inner guidance system, and ask your inner guidance system what do you actually want, and your inner guidance system actually would tell you what does it want. Okay, and for the people who are new and do not know inner guidance system, you can google it, and you'll find an inner guidance scale. It has two different kind of feelings, though it has a lot of, it's a spectrum of feelings, from the joyful to feeling guilty. But I classify into only two parts. One is being happy, other one is not being happy. Okay, so once your inner guidance scale tells you that you're happy, that's the time you need to move in that direction. All right. We have another question from Ashok Srivastava. Money may come to us by taking loan, okay, but we have to save money for our rainy days. Okay, so Ashok, and for everyone, when we are saving money for the rainy day, what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the rainy day,
Yes.
and what are we attracting then?
Uh,
Sim-
we are
rainy days.
attracting a passage for the money to go towards rainy day.
Absolutely, absolutely. So whatever our focus on is on, you all are law of attraction students, uh, that's what you will attract. Okay, if your focus is on the rainy day, you'll definitely receive a rainy day in your life. If your focus is not on the rainy day, on the good stuff, you that's what you will receive. Let's take this clarity. If there is a rainy day by chance, if there is such a critical situation, normally we don't have money for that, but are we able to arrange that money that time? Let's say our loved one is in hospital and we don't have enough amount to pay. Are we able to arrange that?
I'll give an
Yes.
example if you want.
Yeah, you have the
Yeah,
nearest example, Amrit,
yeah.
please go ahead.
So my mom is hospitalized. She's into ICU from last 10 days, and we have almost crossed the bill of 10 lakhs now. But trust me, my dad and me, we both have COVID. We can't go out, and we didn't even felt a pinch of pain. We got money. We got money through family. I mean, we got all the support, and they told like don't worry, we are paying now, and when things go right, you give us. So currently, we are not even worrying for 1%. I mean, the universe arranged everything, and it's a big amount. I mean, at this moment where I can't go out, my father can't go out, but I was positive, and universe showed the way. I mean, we didn't even bother. Money came automatically. So that's a great thing.
All right, thanks a lot, Amrit, for sharing your story. So we know that when there's a rainy day, somehow the money would come. So let's not attract rainy days to our life. Let's invest our money into certain directions where we can earn more money, and the more money whatever you want to do, okay, uh, you can again reinvest and earn more. So when you have so much of abundance of money, rainy days would not even matter. Okay, saving for the rainy day is for certain people who do not have abundance. Once you have attracted abundance, once you are at level 2, level 3, these things would not even matter. Okay, it's rainy days would be just like paying your monthly bills. Okay, that you have to give bill to a dudwala, you have to give 2000. So once you have abundance of money, whether it's 2 lakhs or whether it's 20 lakhs or whether it's 2000, doesn't even matter. So let's not attract rainy days, let's focus on abundance. All right, great. So I am wrapping the session right now. Any questions related to this? Dr. Anila, would you like to moderate the question answers?
Sure. Um, I open the session out for everybody. If you have questions, please feel free to place them now. Thank you, Shaz, for taking such a wonderful, eye opening session.
You're most welcome. Thanks everyone for listening to me.
Please feel free to ask your questions. I'm sure there are quite a few questions inside. You can ask through the chat also, or
Well,
if you
to be
want to
honest,
unmute.
I got so many answers today. No more questions actually, and I feel so good about this.
Wonderful, Abhinav. I'm so happy to hear that. Excellent. Thank you, Bharati, and we are also so happy that you made it here today. Anybody else? Any questions about any of the things that we discussed?
You can unmute yourself and ask, or write in the chat box. Okay. Here I would like to take an opportunity to tell you about our next law of attraction workshop also. I think Amrit did ask about that. Our next workshop is tomorrow and day after that is Thursday and Friday. The time would be 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The people, I think some of you have already attended law of attraction workshop, and some of you have attended law of attraction money workshop. Money workshop was just a glimpse of it. So the entire actual workshop, which actually creates your base, is the law of attraction abundance workshop. So anyone who has not attended this workshop, I would highly urge you to go through it, because this is one workshop which would set a base for your entire life, and this would help you definitely to reach from a level 1 to a level 2, or from a level 2 to level 3 of level of consciousness. Okay, so those people who have not done till now, take this opportunity to do it. We have this very special session which we normally do it on Saturday Sunday, but this time we specially arranged it on Thursday Friday of because of request of certain people. And let's take this opportunity to do it. And we hardly do it. In fact, I think once in a month we do it. So this uh, after this workshop, it will probably happen after a month or so. So please take this opportunity to do it. And the price also is normally we do it at a price of 17,000, but thanks to COVID and thanks to our online setup, that we are able to reduce this price for the benefit of everyone. And Dr. Anila would be taking this workshop. Dr. Anila would like to say a few words about the workshop, and then we can close this session.
Yes, in fact, some of the things that we talk about in the Law of Attraction Abundance Workshop, as Shaz very rightly told us, that this is the very foundation. So, and after this, we lead into different topics like money, relationships, health. But this is really where your foundation stones are put. A very clear idea and understanding of the law of attraction. In fact, so clear that by the end of this workshop or the very next day, you are in a position to start implementing things correctly. So then you start manifesting. All right, that is the aim of this. During the course of this workshop, we definitely speak about the importance of you, who you are. We speak about your inner being. We talk in depth about your inner guidance system or your emotional guidance system. We explain to you about meditation. We actually experience meditation also. We tell you about certain blocks that you may have, that you may want to remove, and how to do that. We also teach you, and this is in great depth, how you can get into alignment or in a state of allowing so that things start flowing towards you. So, this is a very powerful workshop. It is a life altering workshop. I have been taking it for the last 8 years now, and so many times people have called us, they have reattended just to share how this workshop has truly changed their life, whether it be health or money or relationships or just general life itself. So I highly urge you to do this, if possible, tomorrow itself. Why wait for something? Uh, you know, Tomorrow is the best day to start changing. Why not? So I welcome you and I ask you all to go ahead and register. It's only 3,777 and it is priceless in value. Thank you.
I want to share something, if you can allow me. First of all, it is so pleasing to just hear you speak, Dr. Anila.
Thank you,
You know,
Abhinav.
I just love the way you talk, and it just uh, it's very I don't know, I don't have words, but it's very calming. It's very calming. It's very soothing. So thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you, Shaz Bhai, also. I mean, indeed, what an amazing session. What I want to share is when I was speaking to Sanjeev ji about this session, tomorrow and day after. The one thing that was blocking me was how am I going to attend it with my other commitments? This is happening on Thursday, Friday instead of a weekend. And I have things lined up for tomorrow already. I'm a freelancer and things have started getting lined up. But now I'm going to, thanks to this session, I am going to attract this workshop, and the time that will get created for me over tomorrow and day after. And I don't even have any cobwebs now about this. You know, I know it's going to happen. So,
Fantastic.
Same thing with me.
Superb.
so yeah,
Superb.
thank you.
That's really good to know, Amrit. Abhinav.
That-
In fact, one thing I've learned in life is we tend to choose. We have two tasks in our mind, and we think that either we should do this or we should do that, and our brain is confused between which one to choose. However, we need to start training our mind to do this and that. Okay, so this is what we need to focus on, and everything would be aligned. Okay? God and the universe would take out ways to align things accordingly. So there would be nothing would be left pending for you. Your task as well as the workshop or anything which you have decided would get aligned as per your thought. This is what is called bending reality. And welcome to level 3 of consciousness.
Thank you.
Wonderful. That's how it's done.
Thank you,
Right.
everyone, for being a part of this session. Let's meet next Wednesday, and let's remember the rule: everyone gets one. So make sure that your family and friends are also being benefited from these sessions, and let's try to attract them to this session also, so that everybody can get benefited. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.